Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 26th. You have this inner goddess card. It says, express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. You have this challenges card. It says, it will not be an easy path, but if you build discipline, you will achieve your goals. And so I am almost 1,000,000% sure now, not just 1,000%, I'm 1,000,000% sure that I said something about like discipline in your last reading or one of your last readings. So discipline, it could be a very good word for you at this time, especially if you're working on, any projects or any ideas, or, I would also say that, if you're wondering if you should keep putting your energy, especially if you're working on a project, a business, an idea, and I feel like this is saying it's not like so much about the energy. I think it's more about coming up with a plan and sticking to it, and like having the discipline to do the work that's necessary. And so again, I wouldn't necessarily be thinking hard work. Which I say to everyone, but especially you and your opposite sign, Leo, always get these messages of really needing to kind of focus on more like a plan, or doing something that is disciplined, and I feel like that's really pretty much what your readings always talk about. So I think that discipline or being disciplined could be your best friend right now. You have the Six of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. There's love here. But, before we talk about love here, Aquarius, right, what I want to talk about is kind of like this playful energy that we have going on in the reading. We have these two pages here. I look at the Page of Swords as the child in the tarot, and the Six of Cups, this is like your inner child, or embracing your inner child, or using your inner child for kind of creative reasons. And so I feel that there is a little bit of needing to embrace your inner child. We even go from the Six of Cups to the Page of Swords to the Star, and that the Star is you, Aquarius. So I think that for a lot of you, it would be a really great time to, be playful, be an explorer, ask a lot of questions, all those other things. The Six of Cups, again, could be a soulmate. And again, you have the Page of Pentacles and Two of Cups. I'm pretty sure that you always get the Two of Cups with me, or at least the past few readings, you've had the Two of Cups. Again, Two of Cups, everybody gets a Two of Cups. Two of Cups is meant to represent two people who look very different. And so again, this could be like a person that you're attracting into your life that is different than your usual type. It's like at the end of the year here, all of a sudden, everybody is getting love again. So, whatever. The end of the year could be really good for love connections, or meeting new people, or doing whatever you're doing. But Two of Cups would be like a perfect match. If you don't want love, and even if you do, going this way, Page of Swords to the Ace of Cups, you could also be discovering something that is very fulfilling for you. And I kind of feel like it's a work change. We have the Seven of Pentacles over here. I kind of think that I'm pretty sure that we've been talking about a work change for you for a while. So if you've been hoping to get a new position, new job, new whatever, this could be kind of like a communication, especially with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can just be communication. So you could be getting communication about a new position or a new job that is going to be a perfect match for you as well. And it will probably also be very fulfilling, because we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is something that you can do endlessly, something that you can do all day long. And I would not suggest working all day long, right? But it's something that you could do all day long if you wanted to. And the other thing that I would say here is, what is your limit of fulfillment, right? And so like every single day I do 4 readings, no matter what, right? But like 4 is the amount that I can do well. I'm not like too burnt out after 4. I'm not too exhausted. It's like that Goldilocks zone of work for me, right? And it also is discipline, because I do it every single day. And it also keeps me up to date on my readings. So, it's like, what is that amount for you? And, I think that would be a great thing for you to kind of look for, especially not only in work or business, but also in all areas of your life, like your health, or whatever. It's like where is your limit, and what is that like sweet spot for finding fulfillment, or kind of creating that overflow of energy in your life. And so I feel a lot of you, this could be talking about work. Of course, there could be a new person coming in for you. Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups there are both cards of communication, so this could be communication. But let's see. With the Six of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. I love two sixes. Two sixes to me in a reading is just confirmation for your path. It basically says that you are going in the right direction. It's kind of funny that in the beginning of the reading, I kind of said that you might be doubt. I didn't say doubt, but I kind of said that maybe you're thinking about giving up on something, but really what you need is discipline. And then we have the Five of Swords right next to this. So I feel like this is kind of saying, like, don't give up on something that is going to be very successful. With the Page of Pentacles, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune would be your fortunes turning in your favor, and again, I'm pretty sure that you've had a lot of stuff, and there you go, my notifications are off, and that notification just went off, so there you go. But I feel for a lot of you that there could be a turnaround in your finances, or your finances could be improving just in general. Again, I think this has been a focus for you for a little bit of time now, and it seems to me like just things are kind of turning in your favor. With the Two of Cups, you have the Empress. Yeah, very attractive at this time, Aquarius. And so I would say, like, if you want love, I would definitely go get attention. You have the Empress and the Star. So far, these are just great cards for attention. And even if you don't want love, I always say, especially with the Star, the Star reminds me, I always tell people, it's like, let's put it this way. You can take advantage of the energy that exists here. It's like tarot isn't necessarily always predictive. Sometimes it's just like, this energy exists. If you use it to your advantage, then you will get some advantages. So whenever I see the Star and the Empress, I'm like, you should be, trying to stand out and work, or, especially if you want to raise or a promotion, or if you're trying to get something. And so this can, have to do with your appearance. Maybe you're trying to get a job. The Empress and the Star can say that you need to work on your resume, or kind of touch up your resume so that it looks more attractive, so that you can get a job, right? And that's definitely something that I would be thinking about with the Empress and the Star. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this trust card, and you also have this impulse card. I kind of feel like you do need to trust your impulses, because it's like you're feeling something. But that Five of Swords, it doesn't really feel like the Five of Swords to me. It feels like resistance. And also, here's the other funny thing about this this part of the reading is we go Five of Swords, Ten of Wands. It's like on the Ten of Wands, all of those wands are like in front of his face. So it's kind of like needing to see the forest through the trees, right? It's like he cannot really see through these wands, because all his burdens are stacked up on top of him, and he can't really see through his burdens. And so I kind of get this feeling with the Five of Swords that this is more, maybe you are having an impulse, or you feel an impulse, and I feel that these two cards are kind of saying that you should take a risk on your impulses. This could be towards something you will love. There's this big heart here, and again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be something you will love, just like the Ace of Cups, which is something that causes your emotions to overflow. So I think it would be a great time for you to kind of look at something. It's like I'm wondering if you are trying to like logic something that isn't logical. We have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is looking over at this Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So it's kind of like you are looking over at something that's an opportunity. The Page of Pentacles is presenting that opportunity to you. And again, this could be a new opportunity, a new love, new job, new whatever. And the Page of Swords is trying to maybe make logical sense of something. I think that the solution to this would be to be curious, to allow your curiosity to kind of like run wild, or to explore your curiosity. So if there's something you're interested in, this Page of Swords says, maybe you don't have to make the full commitment, but you could research it. You could look into it. And if it's a person, you could like go on a date, or you could do something, right? And at least you're not making like the full investment. And so I feel the Page of Swords is saying that it's like safe to explore. Even the Three of Wands pretty much says the same thing. The Three of Wands, he's looking out at that water with those boats on it. And I always say that he needs to get out onto those boats. He needs to see where those boats are going. He's standing where he's always been. And he needs to kind of expand out into the universe by having new experiences, or, by exploring or searching or looking for new things or doing new things. So I think it would be a great time for exploration. or it would just be a great time for you to get out into the world and do new things. And, don't try to make things that don't make sense. Again, I always say to people, like, love is not logical. Like, you're supposed to be with a person for the rest of your life, and you're supposed to always get along and always be with that person. I don't think so, right? So don't try to logic something that isn't logical. Maybe you have a dream to make $10 million. It's like maybe you've never even made 50 cents. It's like not logical because you've never done it before, but the Page of Swords is saying explore it anyway. You have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, it comes up in a reading where he's running up to something and then he runs away. So I feel like this is saying, this part of the reading is kind of saying, don't run away from something that you will love. We even have the Lovers over here. And like I said, this does not have to be love. The Ace of Cups could be something that your heart is attached to, or something that brings you a lot of fulfillment, like a new job, or, maybe you're wanting to get a job that's like harder than what you do right now. It could be something that's a little bit, above your capabilities, but maybe you also want to do it because it would make you more money or whatever. And I feel the Knight of Swords is saying, charge through that fear. Yeah, even with the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands doesn't know the future. She is kind of sitting here and she has this sunflower, and the sunflower says, it always points towards the sun. And so she has to move towards something and just trust her feelings. She just has to trust her kind of like her desire to do something. She only has, desire, or something only brings her joy or happiness. But there really isn't any proof that what she's going to do is going to work. She is also my card of learning as you go. She is also my card of, kind of applying for a job that you're not qualified for. She would do those types of things. She would, if there's a job that she kind of wants, but she's not exactly qualified, she would just try it anyway and see what happens. So I think that the Queen of Wands, this would be a good energy for you to embrace this week, and it could, who knows what it will lead to. With the Three of Wands, you have the Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. So we basically have kind of Empress energy twice. The Nine of Pentacles kind of says you have everything you need to be very successful at this time. She's also the card of gratitude and luxuries, so there could be really like nicer things coming in for you as well. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Seduction card. There you go. Queen of Wands is a card of seduction. You have the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. So, like I said, very attractive at this time, Aquarius. This says passion and romance await. You have the Shield card. It says you are safe from harm. So again, if you are opening up to something new, this would say that, you are protected from anything that you're worried about, so I wouldn't even worry about it. I really feel that Knight of Swords is kind of saying, like, don't run away from something that is clearly going to be very good for you. And again, I think that maybe this is something that's just like one step above what you would normally go for. And I'm speaking very generally because I literally feel it's different for all of you. It's, it could be a job, it could be a position, it could be a client if you do client work. It could be love. It could be whatever it is. But, I think this is saying that something is kind of like drawing you in with this seduction card, and you need to go for it because it is probably going to lead to a lot of fulfillment with the Ace of Cups. Again, the Ace of Cups is a self-filling cup. It can easily reach down into that water that's below it, and it can fill itself back up. So again, whatever is coming in for you is like self-filling or self-fulfilling. And I would just go for it. I also feel it's probably something that's going to bring you peace as well. And I think that you need to protect your peace, like moving forward over the next 20 years with Pluto going into your sign. I definitely, this is Chris's crappy astrology, of course, but I would definitely say that I think mostly Pluto in your sign is actually going to be rather positive for you, and especially if you do things like become an inspiration, get as much attention as you can, things like that. But what I would say is, protecting your peace, or only, kind of entering into situations that bring you peace is also going to be important with the Ace of Cups. The Ten of Wands could say that you're making something a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. When I look at this card, I really am paying attention to the fact that those wands are in front of his face. Like he kind of is making something more complicated, or he isn't seeing the forest through the trees. And the other thing is he doesn't realize how close he is to this goal. His home is in the background here, and he is about to release his burdens. The burden he's carrying is his harvest. So, personally, I always think of the Ten of Wands as a good card. Even though it could be a challenge, it is a good card because he is about to release his burdens and have a harvest when he gets to his home in the background there. So I feel for a lot of you, again, you're very close to accomplishing something. You show up here as the star card, and the star kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. Whenever you show up as the major arcana version of yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel for a lot of you that, this is just saying that you are coming up in a very strong position. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, this would be like a celebration or happiness. The Three of Cups is also a card of a harvest. These three ladies are celebrating this harvest that's going on, these pumpkins that are growing around them. So I think that a lot of you could be celebrating a harvest in the very near future, especially if you push through something that's hard, like, taking a risk or doing something that isn't logical necessarily, and kind of taking that type of risk. That's where the celebration could be coming from. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, yes, your work is about to change. We said this at the beginning with this Seven of Pentacles here. And so the Seven of Pentacles is about a change in direction, or, he's kind of looking at the pentacles. It's also a card of analysis as well. So it might be a great time to look at all the burdens that you do have in your life, or, it might be a great time to look at everything that you do every single day and to see what's worth it, what's not, so you can create some clarity with that Ten of Wands. With the Star card, you have the Death card. You are changing. So obviously, it's impossible to have something like Pluto going into your sign and to not change. So again, I think over the next 20 years, you're probably going to undergo a big transformation. I think that you'll learn a lot, and it's almost like being reborn. I literally feel that over the next 20 years, you are going to feel like you are being reborn, that you are start at the end, in November, Pluto's going to officially move into Aquarius. That is like your new birthday, right? So you are 0 years old in November. I think you are going to learn a lifetime of things over the next 20 years, and you are going to be transformed. And again, it's not going to take 20 years. These things are going to happen, over that 20 years, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this moon set. It says releasing. You could be releasing something. You have the Death card. You also have this day moon. It says love on it. We have a ton of love showing up in this reading. So if you want love, it is clearly here. Your very first card is the Lovers. So clearly, you could be attracting a new connection. I would say this is probably like a divinely guided connection. This is your higher self angel right here, guiding kind of like two people together. And I feel that this is just love. For those of you that don't want love, again, this could be you making a choice. I kind of feel like you're making a choice to stick to the path that you're on. You have 2 6s right at the beginning, so I feel that maybe you have had a choice for a long time that you're trying to go back and forth between, and this to me would say, I don't think you're settling. I think you're understanding that the path you're on is the correct path, and you're just going to continue moving down that road. You have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords and the good stuff would say that you are ending a negative cycle. So if there is a mistake, or if there's something that you feel like you can't break free from, then this would be, I wouldn't really call it a breakthrough, but it might feel like a little bit of a breakthrough for you, especially if you've been struggling to kind of get ahead. And really that's a feeling I get on the Nine of Swords. It's really just saying to me that you've been trying to get ahead in some area of your life. It's been, one challenge after another. And I feel that coming up now, this is saying you're done with the challenges and you can finally get ahead. With the Seven of Pentacles, again, change in direction. So again, I feel if you're kind of getting a new job or starting a new position, this is very good. If you're not, then I think it would be a great time for you to kind of analyze the burdens. Again, the Ten of Wands sometimes says that we are carrying the burdens of other people. We are maybe doing things that other people want us to do, or, we're taking on too much responsibility from some, family or friends or people in our life. And the Seven of Pentacles with that Ten of Wands is really saying to me that you are looking at your responsibilities and you're getting rid of the things that are not your responsibility. And that obviously would free you up. With the Lovers, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, definitely victory in love. The Ace of Swords is a major focus. And again, this feels like a win to me as well. So again, if you're attracting a person, I think that this person is definitely a big win. You feel like it's a win. And, I kind of feel like there is genuine desire in the connection as well, which is a little bit different than just being in a relationship, just to be in a relationship. It's I feel like you actually want to be with this person. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. A lot of stuff about making a choice here, even though it's showing up in the good stuff. Again, we see a lot of choice cards here. The Two of Pentacles is juggling and doing too much, but the Ace of Swords would say that you are getting more focused, so I think focus is good. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Hangman can just say that you've been trying to make a decision for a long time, which I feel like you have. And now you are gaining enlightenment. His head is glowing. So now you finally understand like what moves to make. And I kind of, in a very simple way, I feel like that's what this reading is saying, is that you finally are making the right moves, right? You have this dagger. It says fears, worries, tense situation. Yes, I'm pretty sure I said to you at the beginning of the year that that there might be this underlying fear of things going wrong in your life, and I literally feel it is your job to overcome this in your life, like where you could be worried about something, and maybe it steers you away from doing work. Like I don't really have any good examples other than like I'm an Aquarius rising, right? I have Mercury right on my MC as well, or my AC I should say, and so I have a little bit of Aquarius energy in my chart, and especially with my thinking. And what I would say is like at the beginning of the year, I got into this place where I was all worried about AI, and it kind of made me like not want to do certain things that I'm doing right for work. So it's like I had to convince myself that it really isn't. It's like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it's like I should do what I wanted to do anyway, and then I did. So again, I kind of feel like that's what I feel with that dagger. It's like there are things that you are worrying about where it's like, sure, like absolutely the robots could kill us all, but it's like, do you need to worry about that right this second? Probably not. So I feel like that dagger is saying don't worry about things that may or may not happen. Do what you can right now. You have this beetle. It says good fortune, because there's good fortune. There are good things that are coming in for you. You have this July card and this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. You could have a friend that's like born in the month of July that could be very good for you or that could help you. You have this feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. So again, we have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year. It's in Leo, your opposite sign. So I would be careful of anyone who doesn't follow through. You have this moon card. It says changes in your life. The whole entire reading is about major changes that are going on for you. So definitely. But this looks very good, Aquarius. I like it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.